Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, welcome to your May reading. I feel like nothing is really holding you back now. I feel like you are getting ready to move forward in a way that makes you feel more inspired and excited about the next chapter. I feel like a lot of you have been really kind of diving deep into yourselves and clearing out a lot of old shit. But this has been a process that has been happening for a while. And I'm actually hearing like the number 7. So maybe the number 7 is like a synchronistic number for you. Maybe it is connected to you've been struggling with something from the age of 7 or for the last 7 months or 7 years or whatever. But I feel like this deep energy is now clearing, and this is really helpful for you. But it can feel a little bit like nerve-wracking. Now, it's important to understand that when your energy shifts, when your emotions shift, your external world will also catch up and shift. And I feel like you are preparing yourself for what's next. And I feel like a lot of you can sense that something is still sort of crumbling, but it's a good thing. It's a good foundation. It's a good structure. Sorry, let me just clarify that. It's good that this old foundation, it's good that the old structure is crumbling. So if you're noticing that you feel maybe a little bit nervous about a relationship that is coming to an end, or a job that you want to quit, or you're just starting to feel inspired to shift something in your life in a really drastic way, I feel like that's a good thing for you. That's a green flag at the moment. You could be feeling a little bit emotionally triggered. I feel like there's potential to feel overwhelmed or stressed with so many things that need to be done. A lot of you are needing to do like a lot of paperwork, a lot of formal paperwork, or maybe you're thinking about working with a consultant or a coach or a lawyer or something like that. But I feel like there's maybe this overwhelming idea of all of the logistics or everything that needs to be figured out. For some of you, this is going to be an issue related to tax, so be careful with that. I feel like you will have the money. I have a 9 of coins here, a Queen of coins, and I have the Justice card. So even if you're noticing that you need to pay a lot of money, or maybe there's a plan, a strategy that you're thinking about, and you're noticing now, wow, this is going to be really expensive, it's fine. The money will come. The money will come. You will be fully supported with all the resources that you need for that big shift. So just allow yourself to go sort of through this experience. Now, it's maybe going to bring up a lot of uncomfortable emotions or fears. That's fine. We are still, I believe, tomorrow, Mercury retrograde post shadow period ends. So we are still cleaning up some of that old Mercury retrograde energy. But I feel like what's really good about this is that you're understanding that you have the power, the idea, you're really recognizing your own power and access is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if that is like legitimate, like access to resources or access to something, but your network will be expanding. With your network expanding, and I'm also talking about like your spiritual network. So maybe you're noticing that your psychic gifts are increasing. Maybe you're noticing that your dreams are getting more intense, or you're just starting to trust yourself and your own sort of internal process and navigation. You're starting to trust that more. I would suggest, yes, definitely following your gut. But there's this overall energetic and maybe physical network that is expanding. So that's really good for you, because this means that you're going to have more access to knowledge, to helpful insight. Maybe, again, if some of you are psychics or intuitives, you're going to notice that your skills are increasing, which is going to like start you moving into a new level of service for the collective or for your individual clients. I feel like all of this to be said is leading to more overall confidence. Now, you're a Leo, so it's like, typically a Leo knows that they're hot shit, but there's something deeper. It's like if a lot of you have been struggling from maybe earlier relationships or from childhood to really understand yourself, to understand your self-worth, your value, and to understand that you have gifts and skills that the world wants. Like, there's a reason that you have Leo energy in your chart. You are supposed to shine. You are supposed to be a leader. And a lot of us have these old childhood wounds or fears that make us sort of stay small. Like, we don't really want to expand or be seen. I feel like a lot of you, maybe there's a fear of being seen by the public, or just maybe being heard. Maybe you grew up in an environment where your parents or other people, they told you to always shut up or to be seen and not heard or whatever. So there's this overall energy of the deep psychological beliefs about yourself are shifting, and that's allowing you to sort of stand in a leadership role more. Now, I see a lot of collaborators coming in or other people who are interested in working with you. Maybe they want to join your team or join some sort of collaboration, like a connected project or something like that. But I feel like a lot of you are going to notice that there's other people who are sort of reaching out to you, asking you, like, how do you do what you do? Or they're interested in working with you. They want to know more about your project, more about your skill set, more about who you are and what you do specifically. I feel like you are going to be very attractive to other people for the next little while. Now, sorry, my energy is a little bit low this month. I've been sick, so I'm just like still sort of recovering. But I do see this Nine of Coins and this Empress energy with a Queen of Pentacles here. Like, you have big potential to really be feeling sexy, confident, excited. So do anything that makes you feel that, okay? So if you're hanging out with some people and you leave and you feel like, oh my God, I feel amazing, like, then spend more time with those kinds of people, because it's increasing this frequency in your energy field, and that will start to attract in other opportunities. I feel like there's a lot of new ways that you could be making money or investing your money, and if you invest it properly, it can really come back, tenfold. So make sure that everything, there's also this level of stress. I was going to say, make sure everything you're doing is making you feel inspired, but it's like you feel inspired and at the same time you feel fucking terrified or nervous about making all these decisions, because part of you is really just trusting, fate and really trusting your gut instinct. I think this is a big challenge for you because it's going to make you feel like your foundation, your home, your structures are really shifting. Maybe a lot of you are thinking about giving up a lot of things and sort of sacrificing things for your bigger dream, for this bigger path, for these new doors that are opening. And I would suggest, yes, always taking a chance on yourself, especially right now. This to me looks really good, but it also looks like it could be feeling, scary. Like, you've got a Nine of Swords here, a Three of Swords here, a Tower card, and you've got this Ten of Cups reversed. But what's really interesting is that this Ten of Cups reversed also comes with this Justice card and this World card. So it's like, whatever you're thinking about leaving behind, people, relationships, comfort zone things, this can be connected to family, to structures, to homes, or just anything that you're sort of keeping attached to because it makes you feel comfortable. Maybe these are also old habits or behaviors. Maybe you've noticed that you're sort of regressing a little bit, going back into some of your old toxic, impulsive, traits. So maybe that's like, you get stressed, you grab a glass of wine or whatever. But my point is, the overall energy here is like there's a lot of those old emotions and fears and outdated behaviors coming up right now, which again still makes sense because remember, we already talked about it. We're still cleaning up that post shadow period for the Mercury retrograde that we just had. So it's like, this is a very powerful time, especially because we also just had the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction in Taurus, and we just had a new moon in Taurus. So it's like this Uranus-Jupiter conjunction, and I talk about that a lot in the Taurus season workshop. You can pay whatever you want for that. But this Uranus-Jupiter conjunction, which means Uranus is like one who shakes things up, and you've got this Four of Wands reverse. So your old comfort zone, your old behaviors, ideas about what you want for safety, what you value, what makes you feel healthy and safe in your home, like all of the things connected to home, foundations, habits, behaviors, they're all being shaken up because we can't continue to act in these like outdated ways. Doesn't make sense. Like, especially because now we're a different person. Now we're moving through a different energy. So you have to show up in a different way. So this Four of Wands, this Ten of Cups, like reverse, can feel jarring, right? Can feel a little bit jarring, but it's good because that is also connected to that Uranus energy, which is shaking up all of our foundations. Now, Uranus was with Jupiter, which means it's even bigger. It can also feel more chaotic in some ways. So maybe energetically or emotionally or maybe physically, you're noticing your external world is also looking a little bit chaotic. It's because there's so much change happening at the same time. So just go through it. You need to trust this process. Everything is balancing back out for the better. Everything is balancing out for the better. I promise, okay? If you want to learn more about working with this Uranus and Jupiter energy, go and watch the Taurus season workshop. I'll tag it here. You can pay whatever you want. We also just had a new moon in Taurus, so this was really helpful because the moon loves to be in Taurus, and this was such a lucky new moon. So if you haven't watched the new moon workshop, if you're still here because this reading is making sense to you, then go do something with this energy. You can literally pay $1. I don't care. The workshop, the new moon workshop, is 19 minutes. Like, you don't have any excuses. So go watch it. Send this to a friend. Share it on your Instagram story. These are free. I support you. Support me back. Okay? I love you. I'll see you very soon. Leo, ciao.